Welcome to this week's episode of Here for a Pod with RonaldMatters.com and me at The Superman. We are being brought to you by Patron.
Really, bitch? Can they put refill in my cup? Child, that first podcast took me through it. I got to do another episode. I need to.
No, we're not really. We're not really brought to y'all by Patron. Patron helped us, but they didn't help us.
Hallelujah. Did I send you that meme about how mighty is our God, and it showed the baby crying,
mighty is our God,
and it was my God, my life.
Mighty is our King, mighty is our Lord.
Okay,
ruler of everything.
I didn't know you had a gospel background. I was right.
I was saved before I was covered
deleted
in sin.
Okay. I was like saved, deleted, recycled in, exported. I don't know.
I'll fight you.
You're not saved anymore. Okay. What are we talking about today? I know that there's something present that you was like, I need your attention, Ronald Matters. And I was like, I'll be a good bottom and oblige.
Well, you're on a journey to being a good bottom, so stay on that journey. Before we get into those topics, we definitely want to do another icebreaker so our followers, new subscribers, new listeners can get to know us.
And Beyonce. She needs to get
hopefully
to know
if Beyonce is listening, she can know more of our personality so she'll know what I want for my birthday. So the first thing is the craziest thing or things that you have ever done drunk. It's probably a lot.
I was at the club one time and I was trying tequila. Shout out to Patron. I was trying like tequila for the first time. And so I told my friend I had to pee and I went into the stall and then I was asleep with my pants down sitting on the toilet at the club. And like club bathroom stalls are not why am I always in the bathroom stall? Anyway, so I was sleeping.
That's the inspiration for X2 video, ain't it?
I was on the toilet with I was like, I gotta pee. And then I sat down on the toilet. And then my friend couldn't figure out how to open this. And I was in a handicap stall. So my friend couldn't figure out. I'm big, 6'1". So my friend was trying to figure out how the fuck to get me out the bathroom stall in the handicap stall. And I was drunk and I was asleep. And then Trade was the promoter. And then I was like, shit. Trey is going to see me drunk and just, oh my God. But Trey was kind. And he helped my friend carry my big tall ass to the car, and he still called me back. So shout out to Trade for being a gentleman.
But did y'all ever get around to having?
Well, I feel like you know the answer to that. But for the sake of the podcast, yes, multiple times.
Oh, no, I don't know who this might be, so I don't know. But okay.
His name is Trade. You know I don't do names. Trade this, trade that, trade everything.
Trade it out. The craziest thing that I feel like I've ever done drunk is also a laundry list. And I have a story of being on a toilet drunk passed out as well. But I was 17, so that one doesn't count.
Who gave you alcohol? You were underage.
I'm not going to incriminate.
I'm calling a million
I'm not going to incriminate anybody. But I've been drinking a long time. Outside of that, I would say the last time that I had Everclear in my life, the last time I will ever have Everclear in my life was the craziest thing. I had a house party. I got everybody drunk off of the hunch punch that I made with a little bit of Everclear in it. And then before I knew it, I was drinking my own hunch punch.
Ta-da. Magic.
And passed out at my own house party on my couch. My ex was there. He had to pick me up and take me into my bed and end the party for me. And that was absolutely crazy because I woke up the next morning not knowing
was he still there?
The fuck happened. Yeah, he was still there.
Oh,
he was spending the weekend in my house.
Oh, okay.
We did other things later when drunk wasn't a part of everything. But
ooh la la, I like it.
But that was one of the craziest things. Okay, and so the second icebreaker question. That was.
I'm scared because you got me telling all of my business.
That was the second.
Well, I think I was like 21 when I was drunk at the club on the toilet. I wasn't the age I am now,
aka 16. So the third, what I meant to say is a time when you could have admitted being wrong.
Most of the times when I'm being emotional about it. Most of the times I should just go. But you know, like once you like, oh. Shoot, there's a chance that I had a part, but I'm just gonna act like I can still do this because
you gonna stand firm and you're wrong. Okay,
I'm gonna stand firm, and I don't know if this is gonna get me some later. Because sometimes you have to get the admission out of me in other positions. You can't get me to admit things and that I'm wrong. Standing up. Sometimes it has to be doggy. Sometimes in missionary. Both are my faves. And sometimes in like altered doggy, because doggy can take you a lot of places. So you really have to get me to admit that I'm wrong in other ways.
I'm about to throw up. Well, I'm a Sagittarius, and so we're never wrong.
And I have to deal with that. I be thinking that I'm wrong. I'm just not going to admit it. You be like, oh, I'm never wrong.
Well, I'm a Sagittarius, so I can't. I'm physically unable.
Is there another icebreaker question?
Those are all the icebreakers. They don't need to know more about us right now.
Well, Portia needs to break
to the next episode to learn more.
Portia needs to break the ice with Phaedra that she slept with her man. So when is Portia going to admit this?
Portia needs to break out that damn chastity belt that she had season 1 when she was
freaking frack, and we good homegirls, and she telling Phaedra to not trust Kenya because Kenya is fake. But ma'am, you can't just. I mean,
after this last episode of Phaedra rehashing this Kenya is a whore thing, it's just poetic motherfucking justice if this is true. Allegedly, this is what blogs are saying, and this is allegedly what Andy Cohen is alluding to in that video that he posted to Twitter.
Shout out to straightfromtheA.com, which is where I saw it. They say that Portia posted on Instagram and then deleted it, of course. She confessed. It says, yes, I admit me and Apollo had a moment, but that's nobody's business. Watch the reunion to get the true tea. Hashtag true TP. Hashtag who said that? Who said that? Huh?
All I have to say is this, and I'm just gonna leave it here. In the end, Kenya was the biggest whore on the show. Let all the other girls tell it. And in the end, she was the only girl that was just fucking the one man or 2 or 3 men that she paid to fuck her. So does that make her a whore to be paying niggas to fuck her?
Did you see a hashtag ATL orgy where the
girl
boys were paying? The boys were paying up to $200 for a ticket for an orgy, and it turned out to be an experiment for her social psych class.
Oh, I didn't see where it got to that point. Well, I knew that the host didn't show up herself, and then the niggas was there, and they was mad because they dick was hard, and they was ready, and they brought these.
They had them took the mega bus to Atlanta,
and got buddy passes and paid this $175, I think, for the thing, and then showed up, and pussy was not around.
Present.
Pussy wasn't here for it.
I forgot what we were talking about, but we were talking about Portia Kenya being the biggest slut and all that. But I just feel like
she, at the end of the day, she didn't fuck no man that wasn't hers that she didn't pay for.
And sometimes you don't even have to pay for it. Sometimes it's just following your lap, especially when you get followers and you're on the #1 reality show in America. So shout out to Kenya for all the.
I still love you, Kenya. That's my
all
Detroit
of the things she's admitting to in public and in private. I mean, like she's like. Yeah, Portia's over here getting these African princes. I can get some African kings. Hello, hashtag goals. Hashtag Kenya Moore hair care coming 2017. Hashtag it's not water bottles.
It's already out. We're going to have to wait for 2017 shade.
But it was water bottles last season. This season, it's not going to be water bottles.
Said Sheree with 1 popsicle stand and 2 t-shirts.
First of all, it was 2 sibling oranges that she caught on sale. And she had the Walmart muffins.
I'm talking about at that one show. Remember that one at the show? She was throwing shade at Kenya for having water in the water bottles, but she had a t-shirt stand over here.
Oh, at the Phaedra event when they were doing the things.
Yeah.
And she was charging $5 for pictures. And I was like, Sheree. I was like, Sheree.
She by Sheree.
She by how much money you got?
She by who gonna write me a check, boo?
She by I usually charge $50 for this, but I mean I do it on the low for you for $20.
She by I don't normally get beat up until Bob tell y'all that I got beat up.
That's not funny. It's still not.
No, it's not funny, but it's a lie. I don't get beat up. Who said I get beat up? And then 2 episodes later, she admitting to getting beat up. She lied. Like
well, at least you got invited to the jewelry store. You still over here at my house talking about I thought I loved him and I thought he was the one. So you fix your life. Yeah. Worry about yourself and your career.
You have not heard those words come out of my damn mouth. But anyway, other things going on in pop culture. We definitely want to take a moment to say rest in peace and honor the memories of two viral and celebrated personalities on the internet and on the drag and trans scene in Houston and New Orleans. So the first is Auntie Fee finally has passed. We thought that she passed like a few days ago, and then she came out and told us, "Don't claim no death on me."
Okay, hello.
I am still here.
The Auntie Fee sauce is working.
But she has said her last motherfucker for the last motherfucking time, and we definitely want to honor her memory.
Rest in peace, Lord. I
Auntie
love
Fee
her.
and her ghetto cookings.
She
and
told
lessons.
you in the video it was not ghetto.
And lessons in making ramen noodles with steak, chicken, and or shrimp.
Hello.
So rest in peace, Auntie Fee.
Shout
And
out.
last but not least is China Gibson, a.k.a. China Doll Dupree,
Yes.
which she was horrifically gunned down in New Orleans. And she is the fifth trans person to die in 2017. Following 2016 being the deadliest year for trans people, period, with 26 deaths. We're up to 5 in 2017, and we definitely want to make sure that 5 is our last.
Amen.
So the gap that is in between the communities of LGBT and Q needs to shrink. We need to stop calling them other, and we need to stop pretending that they're not our brothers and sisters. This is a beautiful, talented young lady that was senselessly gunned down and misgendered after she was gunned down. So we need to definitely take a look into that within our own community and outside of our community.
I was glad to see all of the people who came and there was multiple vigils in her honor. And if you think of anything that you could do to pay respects to someone, there was multiple shows where they were raising funds for her in her honor, and there was multiple everything. I feel like even as we were mourning online, there were multiple threads of people just outpouring love and support, and love to the people who loved and supported her in her life. And this is just so beautiful to see that even though we seem to be dissing each other for our sexual roles and, dissing what someone does in their profession and those types of things, when it comes down to it, people of color still has each other's back. And I think I feel like we need to find a way to make that strength show up in other places.
Hopefully, we definitely need to bridge the divide. And I think the easiest way is to become friends with people that you may not be comfortable with being friends with, because I want to say 8-9 years ago, I used to be kind of scared of drag queens. And
what? Why? Because you love.
I was just weird.
You love drag queens now.
I do love drag queens now. I love drag queens now. But I used to be scared of drag queens. I was like, oh, she's big and her hair's big, and they kind of French. I just was afraid of other.
I didn't know you 9 years ago, but child, you love.
I was just afraid of other, and it was a part of my being, stumbling into my gayness, and I learned to get better with it because I developed drag friends.
Okay.
I met a beautiful drag queen in Dallas by the name of Valerie Simpson. Shout out Valerie, I love you still. And after spending some time with her in Dallas and spending time with her at other events, and then meeting other drag queens and making acquaintances with other drag queens, I was no longer afraid of them. Okay. And I was very happy about them and supported them and celebrated them. And I feel the same way about trans people. And I think that if you don't have trans people around you or in your life, do yourself a favor and find you one trans friend.
I can agree to that.
Ronald Matters is my trans friend.
Well, RuPaul is my trans friend. I need to be trying to get on her payroll because RuPaul
is not trans.
Well, I'm just saying. RuPaul recently got married. Congratulations to RuPaul for getting married.
RuPaul.
And RuPaul has World of Wonder and J.J. Abrams' production company, Bad Robots, putting together a TV show.
Dramedy.
Yes, drama. Comedy.
Comedy.
Okay, I was like romantic. I was like,
Drama.
Usually they put the word romantic in there. I guess the RuPaul don't find love. but dramedy.
Well, she can definitely have like an ending love scene now because she's married.
With special effects, because it's by J.J. Abrams. You know, J.J. Abrams does Star Trek. What else does J.J. Abrams
All
do?
the new Star Trek movies, some of the new Star Wars movies, Alias, and some great TV shows. He's produced a whole bunch of things and directed a whole bunch of great things.
I was like, lens flare realness is going to be Transformers. Does he do Transformers?
No, that's Michael Bay.
Oh, okay. But I know that like it's going to be a lot of lens flares, a lot of filters, Drag Race Season 1 filters. J.J. Abrams loved all of the graphics, all of the things.
Well, I mean, RuPaul is a legend. She deserves this by now. She finally just got her very first Emmy, which is past due. We're on the 9th season of regular Drag Race.
Hallelujah.
And 2 other seasons of All Stars. And to be this far in the game and for her to get her first Emmy, I'm happy for that, but it's late.
And happy for her marriage. Just happy for everything.
That as well. So, I mean,
this is a great year for RuPaul.
It gets greater later, is what, a lot of the old queens say. It gets greater later. But apparently, RuPaul is living evidence that it does.
So after they shade us for not caring about the AIDS epidemic, then they tell us, but it gets better. Oh, okay. What?
I have a very vile and dark joke for that, but I
was gonna say the look on your face was so weird.
I left it alone. I just want y'all to know that I can be evil and mean, but I just choose not to be sometimes.
You opened with a gospel number, so he's still working on you.
Ha! Glory!
Reaching out
to y'all.
For my segment, I definitely want to bring up the group in Facebook again. That group on Facebook, I'm still blocked, still bad. But the short amount of time that I was in the group, the wonderful, the illustrious, the dynamic, the ever amazing Walter Hampton, chair.
Oh, fuck. So, say what you're going to say, and then I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
No, what are you going to say? Let's leave.
I respect a lot of my other black gay vloggers, bloggers, internet personalities, but that one I just can't get behind or in front of. That's just he is the malignant mole on the ass of the gay community that you just can't get cut off. He is the herpy on the tip of your hemorrhoid. He's the herpy on the tip of your dick that you wish you didn't have because niggas saw it all the time. That's what Walter Lee Hampton is. And he purposefully trolls and is negative about a lot of shit that he doesn't even have to be. If he was just quiet half the time, most of his face wouldn't be slashed up now. And that's all I got to say.
Well, like I said last episode, a lot of our jobs as journalists, bloggers, and things is to create conversations. So I love Walter Hampton, and I do admit when I see a headline, I'm like, Walter is trolling.
There's a difference between being a provocateur and being slanderous, and he dances on slander often. So
in the group on Facebook, Walter posted, and I quote, he says, total bottoms are just lazy sexual partners. They refuse to use their dick, assuming they got one, and they will always be alone or in and out of relationships. The punctuation is horrible. I'm trying to configure these sentences. Lazy sexual partners that refuse to use their dick, assuming they got one. They will always be alone or in and out of relationships as their sexual partners will become bored with them. And so, of course, being the complete total bottom that I am, 1. And 2, I advocate for sexual identity. If you're gay and you're a complete bottom, that's fine. There is love for you. And so a lot of people were giving comments that this one guy says that he's been in a relationship for 17 years and 98% of the time he has been the bottom and his partner has been the total top. And so he didn't understand where Walter's comment was coming from. And he was like, I guess that in your experience, because Walter is like 6'4", 6'5", like 250 pounds, because he's muscly. He works out a lot. So I mean, like,
muscle is a stretch.
Maybe in your experience, you can't find that being a total bottom works for you because people expect you as something because you're big, strong, and muscly. I don't know if that word's in Webster's or Urban. But so they didn't understand it. And someone else said the logic can be flipped for total tops as well. All are lazy. They refuse to bend that ass over, get their hole abused, assuming they have one, throwing the shade back.
Come on, no walls, no ceilings, no floors.
Hello, no baseboards. A one-trick pony is a one-trick pony regardless of position.
Some of them like one-trick ponies, though.
Hello.
I stress the word pony.
But in my experience, I've had a lot of deacons, pastors, T-Mobile representatives, and a lot of men who do things, and I provide my service, they receive their service. And I'm just really tired of...
Come on, service provider.
People bringing up nowadays that everything has got to be versed. I mean, nowadays you can't just have lights. It's got to come with dimmers. You got to have the little circular things. You got to have, they come in multiple colors. Lights come in chandeliers, lamps, flashlights. You can't just have...
Flashlights.
Shoes anymore. They come in like... Chelsea boots, gladiator sandals, as we discussed last episode, Nike slide-ins. A couch can't just be a couch anymore. It has to be a sectional. You gotta have a chase lounge. And I'm like, girl, everything is so everything, and everybody needs all of these options. But sweetheart, a door still opens and closes, and those are your only two options with me. I'm a total bottom. I present myself as a total bottom. I don't falsify any of my records. It says on my Jack page, interest, strict tops, period, in all caps. I don't mislead anybody with anything. So, just like I said, the door opens and closes, and that's all you're going to get with me.
But I think
the door's not going to be perched. It's not going to be slightly opened. You only get opened or closed with me. Figure it out.
I think that the streak of intelligence in what he's saying, but covered it with a pile of shit, is that I feel like gay people are 80% versatile on the versatile bottom or versatile top end, and then there's 20% that you fall into 20% where you are just bottom, want to just only be a bottom, don't want to do anything else, and there's on the other side of that, in that 20% is people that are tops that just want to be topped.
They just want to be tops.
That just want to be tops.
Okay.
The ones that just want to be topped are in the 80%. And so I feel like there's a fringe that only want to be bottoms, that only want to be tops, and it's nothing wrong with being in that fringe, but I think that 80% of gay people do fall in the categories of sometimes.
Wanted to try. I understand
sometimes. That. And, even though I may be good at this or this is my preference, sometimes I would not mind this, or sometimes I wouldn't mind giving up this for the happiness of my partner and for the progression of my relationship.
And I don't mind those things when those things arise. I won't say come up, but they all just sound like sex jokes at this point. But I don't mind those things. But I know that's why I live with the comment of someone said that they're a bottom 98% of the time in their relationship because their partner prefers to do what their partner does. But sometimes you're like, basically, can you lick this? And you have to lick it sometimes.
That doesn't make them 98% bottom if you lick somebody's booty.
I was just giving an example of
you have to use your full penis to be a 98% bottom. You can be a 99.5% bottom if you lick somebody's ass. Not even really, because I know plenty of bottoms that love ass. So they still 100% bottom.
Anyway, I said what I said. The door opens and closes. I'm a bottom. I put in my interest strict tops in all caps with a period.
So and you just said you have a revolving door?
No, it opens and closes, girl. It ain't no half door where you can open it at the top and the bottom still be where you gotta open it. No, it's just I don't have all those things.
Well, this week in sexual health. Outside of open and closed doors, we'll address that another time. It has recently been found that the percentage of effectiveness of PrEP, because I'm back at y'all again, I'm on y'all next about PrEP, has dropped 0.5% because one more person has contracted HIV while quote unquote taking PrEP.
So what's the total amount?
Is 91.5%.
Now, how many more people? So is it like 330,000 people have become positive, or
no? There's two people
have
identified themselves. There are two people that have identified themselves.
Not 1.1 million.
No. Of the hundreds and thousands, probably close to millions of people that are taking PrEP, there are two people that have admitted to becoming HIV positive while quote unquote on their PrEP regimen, and then during further conversation and interview admitted that they weren't taking their PrEP as they should have been. And this is appalling because it is giving those people that are fueling the stigma more ammunition to say, oh, PrEP don't work. Just get back on abstinence or just use condoms.
Abstinence? That's a joke.
Condoms are a joke as well. Because
wow.
if condoms were really the cure-all, be-all, end-all, we would not even have gotten to the step of PrEP. People would have used condoms from 1989 forward and on, and that would have been
different. It feels. I can admit, as about
everyone
different.
knows that, but people are too afraid to admit that. If that weren't the case, all of these babies would not be born every year. Raw sex is not a gay thing. Raw sex, natural sex, is a people thing. Heterosexuals do the exact same thing. Homosexuals do the exact same thing. In both cases, sometimes STIs are transmitted. Sometimes STIs are not transmitted. Sometimes babies are transmitted. Sometimes babies ain't transmitted.
And sometimes you get herpes in your throat. Look at your face.
You know,
because it's not just if a person has herpes on his penis and you put it in your mouth, you can still get herpes in your throat. And I still have both of my tonsils. And sometimes the herpes builds up in the tonsils, and you can sometimes just removing your tonsils is the cure for you not having herpes anymore. But if it spreads down the esophagus, you still have herpes in your throat. And when you have outbreaks, how do you eat, drink? How do you continue to? I don't know. I don't have the answers I'm asking, but like it's really weird out here that people really think that it might burn when I pee. They really think, my bruh said it burned when he pee, so that's how he knew something was wrong. Sir, there are so many other different things. You need to read the pamphlet. And that's why I hate that Republicans are trying to cut education, and they're trying to let the states decide when is it appropriate for someone to be given sexual health knowledge. I mean, for me, it started getting hard at like 10, 11. So I was interested in like, wow, I wonder what this new thing is and what it does. You can't wait till when is the appropriate age? Because I mean, let the state decide that. No. And
well, a lot of other people argue about letting parents decide as well, and sometimes parents don't even care about their kids knowing about sex until they're 19 and in college, and that's also the wrong answer. But the topic at hand,
PrEP, okay,
about PrEP and other STIs is PrEP is not about other STIs. PrEP is about one infection that leads to death.
Syphilis can lead to death.
Syphilis. How many people has syphilis killed?
I'm just saying that it can.
How many people has
and
HIV?
With complications with other things, syphilis can lead to death. Can it? Yes. No. Probably.
And a cold can lead to death as well.
So don't say syphilis can't. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm saying that people are not dying by record numbers from syphilis, and the misinformation that people are talking about when saying other STIs are of the equivalent level of HIV is incorrect.
Okay.
It's absolutely incorrect. Millions of people have died. Millions, tens of millions of people are dead. Tens of millions.
Okay.
That can be fact checked.
Okay.
Tens of millions.
But no, what are you going back to? I don't know.
That is the point that I'm going back to is when people pick those small arguments to make about, well, what about the other STIs? Fuck the other STIs. The other STIs have not killed tens of millions of people. They're not an epidemic that are causing us as a generation to want to galvanize around a cure. I don't think that they're a finger prick or a walk in the park. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that for us to use them in the same sentence as HIV is incorrect, and that's a fact.
I know NASDAQ recently came out like last week, this week, today's whatever day of the week this is, and they reaffirmed to people that people who are undetectable cannot transmit the disease, because there was an original source, but then the people are like, we don't believe this. But
as long as they stay undetectable is the issue there. So what people have loved to say, and doctors and HIV positive people at the same time is, well, I'm undetectable, so I can't transmit it to you, which is good and which is true. As long as you stay undetectable, because you are undetectable the day that you get tested and they look at your numbers and they look at your CD4 counts and all of those wonderful things. That day you are undetectable. Tomorrow, if you're not taking your pills like you're supposed to be taking, you did some real unhealthy shit today, you didn't drink enough water, you didn't go exercise, anything could throw those numbers off. And day after that, you're no longer undetectable. So you're only undetectable the day that you got tested to be undetectable. And you have to continue to maintain your health status to make sure that you are undetectable so that you won't transmit the disease to anyone else.
I definitely agree with that. But shout out to everyone who's doing everything that they can to help us find a cure by 2020. Absolutely. I don't know if we'll be able to execute it, but at least if we find it in September of 2020, by 2021, we could be figuring out how to make it affordable. Absolutely.
And there are great amount of programs, especially in the Washington, D.C. area. I'll mention one in this area, and you guys definitely look up ones in your areas where you can find PrEP for free or nearly free. Andromeda is a great program here in the Washington, D.C. greater area where they will either get you PrEP for free or connect you with other people that can get you PrEP for free, even if you don't have insurance.
There's also another study out right now where they're gearing up to try another drug instead of Truvada as pre-exposure prophylaxis. I forget the name of it, but I think it's called the Discovery Study. And I forget the drug that they're trying. They're trying because Truvada came out a long time ago, and then they've remixed the drugs that are used in Truvada, and so they're trying to make the new drug, the new active ingredient in Truvada, they're trying to make sure that that drug can also be used as PrEP. And so they're working on injectable PrEP, where you go every 3 months.
Yep.
PrEP is about to be, I mean, the people who came before us would have died, would have lived to have a drug that they can take once a day. I mean, shout.
Yeah.
I take a shot of tequila I take a shot of something, Lord, every day.
For us to denigrate it and to stigmatize it is absolutely incorrect. Especially when you know you are not 100% an angel. If you have never, ever in your life had raw sex, then you know what? You can talk shit. You can talk cash shit. But if you have had sex one time in your life, at least one time in your life without a condom, then you are blessed to not know the pitfalls of having HIV or being scared about HIV. You have been blessed. God has done wonders and protected you. And in those wonders means that you should not be stigmatizing other people because they made the exact same decision that you did, but weren't as lucky as you were.
So in college, one of my associates had met this guy. He was studying political science. I was like, well, he'll make money. You know, he wanted to be a governor when he graduated. He was like, I'm going to do political science. I see me being in prison. I was like, oh, this is so cute. And he got goals and things. He dated my friend. Ugh, child. I hate that she got him first. And then so
she is in a real woman?
A boy. Oh. And so then years down the line, me and this guy become real good friends. Like friends, like nothing extra. But one day he was like really stressed out, came over my house, and we got drunk. And we ended up having sex. But, you know, I keep condoms around my house. I have condoms on the living room table. I have condoms in the bathroom because as a person, I'm giving condoms all the time. One, I'm always taking tests when I go out to the clubs and to the parties, and I don't mind getting tested in public in front of people so people know that. But anyway, main point. So we had sex with a condom, and then so we finished, and then he was like, when he pulled out, he was like, Ronald, the condom broke. And I was so scared because, like, I know that he was educated and he was about his business professionally, but I had no way of knowing if he was about his business.
I'm giving him a side eye right now.
Privately. And so we had to have that weird, I don't got nothing to do. Do you got something? I was like, well, I don't know, why would I have something? I got all these condoms around my house if I'm always having protected sex with people. I don't know what you're doing with your meat when it's not in my face, which was the first time it had ever been in my face. And it was just so weird. I never wanted to have that conversation again. It's like after the post-exposure, it's like, do you guys... That conversation is so weird to have. Especially when it's someone who you took a chance with or someone who, like, ooh, I enjoyed the risk of this being, oh, we're just platonic friends, and all of a sudden our relationship changed within like the past 30 minutes. And this it was just so weird to have that post exposure, like. I don't know.
Well, speaking of post-exposure prophylaxis is available. It is a form of PrEP, but it is available in every emergency room across the country. If you are in a situation where you think that you might have been exposed to something. Note 1. Note 2, I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of him because niggas say that, oh, damn, the condom broke. Nigga, you knew the condom broke. You didn't just fucking find out when you pulled your penis out. I know this because I know things. I'll say that. Don't stop with that excuse. That's so 1995.
Why's your voice get so loud?
Because I'm like, that's old. Come up with some new games. Say the pussy was so good, nigga. Your pussy pulled the condom back. Pulled the condom off. That's new. That the condom broke, nigga. What are you trying to say? His pussy was dry. That's a read. That's old. Give me something else.
Okay, well, it's time for last call.
It is last call, ladies, gentlemen, and gentle boys.
And bottoms. We need our names called specifically. We like it. It's a turn up for us. We like it. Last call.
This one is to no frauds.
Hashtag.
So my last call is about fraud friends posing as friends, but really are acquaintances at best. I think that a lot of people in and outside of our community call people and give people the title of friend far too easily and far too quickly. People need to earn the title of friend. Be a friend before you are starting to call these people friends, because before then they are just acquaintances. They are just people you know. They are a lot of times fraudulent because they're only around you for certain things. They want to, be around your friends to make friends, or fuck some of your friends, or if you got money, maybe you'll buy a couple drinks, or if you got some pull, you can get it into the club, or if you got a car and she ain't got no car. Or
this sounds like a reason. This sounds like all the reasons I'm friends with you. You have a car, you get us into the club. What else you say? You got a buddy pass.
So this has been our last episode of the podcast.
Sure, I guess. Sign me up.
So this has been our last episode of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. But anyway, so I encourage people to look at your friendships, because those are things that can be unhealthy for you and dragging you down, and can be causing you stress and strife, unneeded and undue stress and strife in your life that you don't need. Reevaluate your friendships, and reevaluate them often. Make sure that you are getting things out of the friendship, and that those things that you're getting, you're also putting into the friendship. And that is my last call.
Last call for me is related to black gay relationships. Of course, on RondaMatters.com, I always mention the National Coalition of Anti-Violence Programs, NCAVP for short. And they always release their report on intimate partner violence report annually. And black gay couples continue to be up there in the numbers. I know that even in black gay relationships,
not just gay, you mean gay and lesbian.
Oh, sure.
LGBT, because the lesbians is higher than us, actually.
People of color made up 77% of reports of LGBTQ and HIV-affected intimate partner violence homicides, and 54% of the total number of survivors of reported organizations who gave reports to the study in 2015. And so, again, every time I publish these types of things, I get the backlash, and it's never the community except them. Well, girl, I did encourage my friend to go over there and break the windows out his car. But also, when my friend broke the windows out his car, then that means he was going to be upset, and then he was going to want to fight. And then if he wanted to fight, then that means I was going to have to get up out of my bed and go over there and drive to North Memphis and help my friend whip his ass, because my friend didn't go out there. So, we have to grow up in our relationships when we are going through things, and we have to give better advice to our friends in their time of need. So shout out to friendships and what our friends need when they are needing things. If you are a real friend, I definitely agree with you. Sometimes you're just acquaintance with a girl, and if she goes over there to break her boyfriend windows at his car, then okay, girl, well, Scandal just came on, and I missed last week, so I got to catch up on DVR first, and then I got to watch this new one, so I'm going to talk to you later. If y'all are just acquaintances, please keep it real with that girl, so she don't think you coming over to help her catch her man cheating, or go through his messages on Facebook, on his laptop, or whatever y'all are. I don't even know, but we've got to be better with our relationships, because we continue to be every year on this intimate partner violence study from the National Coalition of Anti-Violence Programs. We continue to be up there.
I agree, but on a petty bar, don't let that nigga have you out here fucked up.
Thank you for listening to the Here For It podcast. Follow us online on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Here For It Pod. And I have the website coming soon. Oh my God, I feel so bad saying this again in another episode. HereForItPod.com is coming soon. I'm at Ronald Matters.
I am at the Superman, TheSupaman, and we have loved talking to you guys. Tune in next week.
Bye.
Bye.